Hi, it's Summer here. A while ago I did cosplay of Princess Peach, since she's my favourite princess. I had a lot of fabric left over, so I decided to use everything that I had in stock to make another doll. I'm adapting the Dollightfulls standard doll pattern in order to make a Princess Peach style dress. I've used a small sleeve pattern and gathered a huge amount of satin over the top of it. I've put a lot of glue at the top of this so that when I sew it in, it won't fray to death. I've backed everything onto cotton because this type of material frays so easily. So here is the finished top. Unfortunately, I missed taking a picture of the dark pink top layer. So I've created a skirt for my dress. I'm just going to cut out a circle, gather it up and attach it to the top. I want to put an extra layer on the top of this first though, and it should fit nicely underneath. So I've cut out the top tier of my dress. I've given it a lace edge, and now I'm just painting a gold detail on the side. It's taking a really long time to paint. I had considered giving this a lining. Unfortunately, it would probably lead to there being so much bulk on the inside, and there's already a lot going off in there. At this point, I thought the dress looked really nice, but also super flaccid. It really does need an underskirt. Now, as a quick note at this point, I want to point out the fact that in order to get this shape the way that I liked it here, I actually tacked it underneath. I'm not sure how I'm planning to do this, but I'm going to make a turnip bag with felt and I'm going to put a little face on there. So for the leaves, I'm just taking 2 pieces of this fabric, sewing them together and then turning them the right way round. So I've got so far on the bag, I'm just going to use a ribbon for strap and I'm going to turn it the right way round. I usually use a chain for straps when it comes to bags. However, because it's a silk dress, I don't want it tearing the whole thing apart. I then glue the face and ribbon in place. So for the next skirt, I'm just going to take the pattern from the Delightful Asymmetrical Doll pattern and extend it out to a leg length. I think I'm going to give it an elasticated fastening as opposed to a snap fastener. I make the yoke from cotton as it's a little easier to sew with. The net is actually incredibly difficult to hand sew on tightly. I gather and add on the layers from the bottom to the top. This was a very long and awkward process, but I think it ended up looking very pretty. So this is the part finished dress, and then some elastic at one part. I just have to work out how much I need, wrap it round, and sew it back in the other side. And then I'm going to glue this part down. After that, I'm going to turn it the wrong way around and sew this side together, but not all the way to the top. For the sleeves, I'm cutting out 2 small rectangles. So what I'm going to do, because gloves are impossible to make, is I'm just going to get them to come over the hand slightly. So I'm just going to glue this hem down. Right, after I've got those 2 pieces done, I need to work out how far it goes up the arm. Remembering that this is going to end up pointed at one of the fingers. So I'm going to cut it just a tiny bit higher than that. I'm going to place it on the opposite piece of fabric. And then I'm going to glue this piece down. So after I've done this, I'm just going to sew up here. I like to do this while it's on the doll, that way I can make sure it's the right width. And then I'm going to turn it the right way around. That's the hardest part. I like to put a little loopy on the finger. I made this crown by wrapping some foam around in a circle and sticking some nail art gems to it. In a similar way, I made the stud on the front of the dress and just glued it straight on down. Finally, I have a pair of pants that I made for another costume, but I think will work well with this. I made this wig in a previous video, and now it's time to see how it all fits together.